Hey, oh God, where is this Kavya? I hope she hasn't forgotten about this day. Today is a special day.
I'm here. Sorry for the delay.
Finally, you're here. What kept you away?
Hope all's fine. COVID times, never know.
By the way, are you ready?
For what?
Today is our class assembly.
What? Seriously? Oh, we are having our online classes since the last academic session. And we're continuing. That's wonderful how our learning is going on virtually.
Our school is known for making wonders like this. Our principals are thought out of the box and in a creative way. Now it is our class chance. So we all are here. Ready, set, go!
Good morning, one and all. We are compilers for today and we are going to guide you through our assembly.
Let's have the pleasure of introducing ourselves. I'm P. Kavya.
And I'm NNP Kavya.
Here we begin with the patriotic national song Vande Mataram, written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee and first sung by Rabindranath Tagore in the year 1896 at the Congress session held at the Beacon Square. Now we welcome Sara Abhishekta and Priya Saini to sing the prayer. I request all of you to sing along with them.
Thank you, Sara and Priya. Here we have Prisha Lorena to sing the melodious prayer song We Shall Overcome, written by Louis Schwabstyle.
Prisha. Prayer is talking to God, the Almighty, the creator of the whole universe.
So let's welcome Vaibhav Ashish to recite the prayer.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depths of truth, where tireless striving stretches his arm towards the perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Good and inspiring thought can spice up our day. Reading new thought in the morning works like a fuel which keeps us smiling and encouraging.
So here comes GRS Kezia to inspire us with the thought and B. Kaushik to explain its meaning.
Good morning everyone. This is Kezia, class 9th, presenting you to this thought of the day. Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord your God, He does goes with you. He will not leave you, nor forsake you.
Good morning. I'm Kaushik here to tell the meaning of the thought. When we encounter setbacks and failure and thus feel sorrow and pain, God will ease the pain in our heart and guide us to cast off our sin.
Thank you, Kezia and Kaushik. An oath is a way to make us aware of our duties towards the nation.
So I request Shivam the way to lead us with the pledge.
I request everyone to stretch their right arm forward and repeat the pledge after me. India is my country. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. I love my country and I am proud of its rich and varied heritage. I shall always strive to be worthy of it. I shall give my parents, teachers and all elders respect and treat everyone with courtesy. To my country and my people, I pledge my devotion. In their well-being and prosperity alone lies my happiness. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shivam. The real and lasting victories are of peace, not of war.
Now I welcome Achintya to brief us on today's topic.
Good morning. The people of Hiroshima have developed verbal shorthands for describing their city's layout. For example, a street is 1.5 kilometers away, a building 500 meters north. No further explanation is required. The unspoken reference point is the center of the world's first nuclear attack. The US released Little Boy, a 16 kiloton atomic bomb over Hiroshima on 6th August 1945 at 8:50 am. The entire city was burned to the ground. Incredible though it may seem, the resurrection of Hiroshima began hours after it was entirely wiped out of the map. The lights came back in Eugenia area by August 7th, and by August 8th power was restored to the areas near the Hiroshima railway. Electricity was also restored to the 30% of the households which had escaped the bombing, and to all the households by the end of November 1945. Water pumps were repaired and started working 4 days after the bomb had been released. The Central Telephone Exchange Bureau was destroyed and all of its employees killed, yet essential equipment was retrieved, and by August 14th, experimental lines were back in operation. The Hiroshima branch of the Bank of Japan, one of the city's few concrete buildings, was destroyed and all of its workers were killed on the spot, yet the bank reopened 2 days later. Tellers worked under open skies in clear weather and under umbrellas when it rained. The political leaders of both nuclear weapon and non-nuclear weapon states must learn from the wisdom of Hiroshima. Political leaders of the nuclear weapon states must be held accountable for possessing, manufacturing and using nuclear weapons for nuclear wars which aims at citizens and towns in enemy states. So far, Homo sapiens have failed to eradicate the use of nuclear power and nuclear weapons. But Homo sapiens must also understand that we can become an endangered species in the future if such wars continue. I would like to sum up the topic with a famous quote from Albert Einstein. I know not with what weapons World War III would be fought, but World War IV would be fought with sticks and stones. Thank you.
It was spectacular. Thank you, Achintya. Those who are at war with others are not at peace with themselves.
Elvira Ansam and GRS Kezia to present an interview with the survivor of the bomb blast.
Good morning and welcome to One and All. I am Kezia and today it has been 76 years since the bombing of the two Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki on 6th and 9th August 1945, which killed a region of 2 lakh people. Today we have with us a living witness of nuclear dystopia and Nobel Prize laureate Mrs. Kitsuki Torio. Ma'am, please share with us your heartbreak experience.
The start of August month marks an inauspicious anniversary for science, that is, of the first and so far only use of nuclear weapons in war. I was just 13 that very morning. I was at the military headquarters. I was reporting for the first day of my work as one of the 1,000 students that the government mobilized to provide cheap labor during the wartime shortage. Sharp at 8 o'clock in the assembly, Meiji Yanai was giving a pep talk. This is the day you will prove your patriotism to the emperor. Do your best, and so on. We said, yes sir, we will do our best. Then, at that second, I saw the blinding bluish white flash in the window, and I had a sensation of floating up in the air. Then I lost consciousness. I found myself pinned under a collapsed building in total silence and darkness. I tried to move my body, but I couldn't, so I knew I was faced with death. Then I started hearing faint voices of my classmates. Mother, help me. God, help me. I knew I was not alone. Then all of a sudden, someone started shaking my left shoulder from behind. A strong male voice. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep kicking. Keep moving. Keep pushing. He told me to crawl towards the light. My mother and my father were spared, but I lost 8 members of my family as a result of the bombing, including my 4-year-old nephew who died 4 days after the explosion. As a bomb survivor, I've been calling for the nuclear abolition and also promoting the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. There were hundreds and thousands of people around us in Hiroshima, such as school friends and family, who were scorched to death. I witnessed these scenes and they still remain in my mind. The risk of nuclear conflict remains, and nuclear weapons exist in alarmingly large quantities. At present, the world's nuclear arsenal, 90% of which is in the United States and Russia, includes an estimated 1,335 tons of highly enriched uranium and 13,410 warheads. As a citizen of a country that was hit by atomic bombings, I feel Japanese people have more of a responsibility than any other people in the world to speak out against the use of these weapons.
Okay, ma'am. So let us hope to strive to have a better world with appropriate use of anomalous nuclear energy. Thank you, ma'am, for spending your valuable time with us.
Thank you, Elvira and Kezia.
Kavya, we are glad to have friends who are talented in all aspects. So now here are some of our friends to perform a dance with a moral in it.
गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा। मुश्किल बहुत है, मगर वक्त ही तो है। गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा। जिंदा रहने का ये जो जज्बा है, फिर उभर आएगा। गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा। माना मौत चेहरा बदल कर आई है, माना मौत चेहरा बदल कर आई है, माना रात काली है, भयावह है, गहराई है। लोग दरवाजों पे रस्तों पे रुके बैठे हैं, लोग दरवाजों पे रस्तों पे रुके बैठे हैं। कई घबराए हैं, सहमे हैं, छिपे बैठे हैं। मगर यकीन रख, मगर यकीन रख, ये बस लम्हा है, 2 पल में बिखर जाएगा। जिंदा रहने का ये जो जज्बा है फिर असर लाएगा। मुश्किल बहुत है मगर वक्त ही तो है, गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा।
कुछ पाने की हो आस आस, कोई अरमा हो जो खास खास आशाएं, हर कोशिश में हो बार बार, करे दरियाओं को आर पार आशाएं, तूफानों को चीर के मंजिलों को छीन ले आशाएं, ले दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, आशाएं ले दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी। अपने संग तुझको वहाँ जन्नत से मुलाकात हो, पूरी हो तेरी हर दुआ, आशाएं खिले दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, आशाएं खिले दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी। गुजरे ऐसी हर रात रात, हो ख्वाहिशों से बात बात आशाएं, लेकर सूरज से आग आग गाए जा अपना राग राग आशाएं, कुछ ऐसा करके दिखा खुद खुश हो जाए खुदा, आशाएं खिले दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, आशाएं खिले दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी।
Wow, superb, marvelous. A good dance with a valuable moral in it. We thank our beloved principal sir and our class teacher GDV ma'am for giving us this wonderful opportunity.
Feel happy to see them smiling and participating in activities other than studies, because in online teaching most of the time it is only instructional. We talk to them and they are supposed to note it down or write something And as I understand, the topic of your morning assembly, this presentation was related to the two nuclear bombs dropped on Japan, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, those two cities. So it is a well accepted fact that this act of the country USA was not a human act. Many lives were lost. There was a lot of devastation because of the bombing, and even the consequences, the adverse effect of the two bombs were noticed, were found for many decades later than to the dropping of the bombs. So I'm sure by taking part into such activities, our children will also learn not to do certain things, and they will dedicate themselves for the farewell of the humankinds. This is what we learn from our history. It is very easy to destroy something, but it is, I think, equally difficult to make it up or construct it. And even all things cannot be constructed by human beings. However good we have become in technology, we cannot, take place of the nature or the Almighty God. So our deeds are all to be checked before we react or respond to some situation. We should be trying to keep the the welfare of the people in mind, and that will help us to lead the life on this earth in a good way. I extend my greetings to all the children for preparing this presentation, and I wish them to have more activities of this kind in days to come. Thank you for inviting me.
Now we have reached to the end of our assembly. It's prime responsibility of every citizen to feel that this country is free, and to defend its freedom is our responsibility. So here comes Mohan to sing the national anthem.
Not the end, only the beginning. The point is not to conquer the subject, but to live with the knowledge in it. It's not the closure of an assembly, but the starting of your day.